Cooper High School for Metro West Conference girls basketball. It's the regular season finale tonight. The Chanhassen Storm and the Cooper Hawks. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Patty Sorensen. Patty, second meeting of the season between these two. Very high scoring game the first time around with Cooper winning it by 11 points. It sounds like from talking to both coaches that they don't necessarily expect to see that much of a track meet this time.
No, I think they both are looking at what they can improve on from last time and what they're going to do differently this time. I think they're both looking for a nice close game again. I'm getting excited to watch it.
Both teams getting set for section play in their respective sections, and very difficult sections. Section 2 for Chanhassen, Cooper back in 4A, and then Section 6. So they know that they need to get a little momentum built, I think, if they want to have a chance to win even just that first playoff game for both teams too.
Well, I agree, and I think a game like this tonight, that both teams, it's going to be a good game, and I think that gets their team kind of set. All right, last season of the game, let's finish strong. Let's hope it and take it in and carry it over into sections.
Talk about key players to look at in tonight's contest, starting with Chanhassen, a young player who has already done some great things in their program and getting a lot of D1 interest, Callan Hake.
She's an exciting player to watch. She can hit the threes, she can attack the lane, she can see the floor. She just is explosive. She can get it done, and then on defense, she loves defense. She likes to play it, she likes to go for the steals. Just a fun, scrappy little player to watch play.
Already the all-time scoring leader for the Storm. And for Cooper, a player who is a very dominant post player at times, but has expanded her game very well. Also, Mimi Wheeler, a junior.
Well, and Mimi, she comes in as a post, but Mimi can step outside and shoot the three. Mimi can attack the lane. So if people look at her and go, well, she's a one-dimensional, they're totally wrong. She can do some amazing things, and it's fun. She gets tied up, she's going to kick it out. She loves to pass the ball, too.
Senior night here at Cooper, too, and I think some extra emotion maybe around the program because of that. There's 3 seniors recognized before tonight's game, and Coach Simmons said we would really like to send them out on a high note, too.
Well, and I think that's what every coach is doing now. Your regular season game ends, and they all want to send those seniors out, thank the seniors, and make them proud, and have them leave their last, especially for Cooper here, last home game playing at Cooper. They want to send them out on a high note.
All right, should be an entertaining contest here tonight as we end the regular season. Chanhassen and Cooper coming your way next. Welcome back here to Cooper High School as the crowd about to meet the starting lineup. Let's go over now to the third member of our crew, Allie Mosley.
AJ, noticeably absent from Cooper's lineup tonight is freshman Bree Frazier, who has fast become one of Cooper's top defenders on their team. Now, an ankle injury is what's keeping her out, which can present a little bit of a problem because she has kind of become the heartbeat of defense for her team. It was just under a month ago since these two teams last met, and Coach Simmons said in that meeting, Bree put out a tremendous amount of pressure on Chanhassen's guards, which directly contributed to their inability to get shots to fall, leading to their 11-point win. Coach says tonight he doesn't need just one player to step up in that defensive absence. He needs the whole team playing high-pressure defense because he knows if Chan's shots start falling, this game could get more close than he wants it to.
Thank you, Allie. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's contest, starting with the visitors for Chanhassen, as they've got Tori Tollefson, Julia Gronholtz, Ella Brasted, Maddie Hicks, and Callan Hake in the starting lineup for Coach Arthur Crutch. More on him in a moment. And for Cooper, they are starting all 3 of their seniors here this evening. That means Wheeler is not actually in the starting lineup. Their seniors are Autumn Johnson, India Kirkwood, and Victasia Levy. And then the guard spots, Jayla Relaford and also Andrea Tribble for the Hawks as they try to win their 19th game of this young season. Both teams with new head coaches this year. Both have, been around and coached in various spots over the years, but both new to their respective schools here. So getting their feet wet in the programs too. There's a look at Arthur Crutch, a former coach and a former athlete at Park Center High School, and he was at Legacy in these recent seasons and has coached in a few other spots as well. I know you've known him for quite some time, Patty.
Yeah, Arthur was on my coaching staff ways back, and just fun to work with him, and then fun to watch him be able to take over his own program and put his name on things.
Hawks get it first. Tribble to the hoop, missed the left-hand layup, but then it's juggled out of bounds by Chanhassen's Hake. And Cooper will get another crack at it here. So they got a good early look, but Tribble couldn't quite finish it. Down the lane, she'll go again with the left hand, and this time it is good. And a turnover forced here. Levy kicking it ahead, and here comes Tribble. She will stop and pop, and it's too hard. Relaford grabs the rebound. Baseline to Kirkwood. That jumper will not fall, and rebounded by Gronholtz. We didn't get a chance to see Relaford the previous telecast we had for Cooper as she was out that night. And there's an air ball put up by Gronholtz, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Cooper ball. There's Raheem Simmons, the Cooper head coach, and he's quite a character. He's up and down that sideline, a very active guy, and said they're looking to get set for playoffs. So be seeding on Saturday. And a three attempted there by Levy won't drop. Hake looking to push the pace here for the Storm. A little runner won't go. She gets it right back and missed that one as bodies hit the deck there, and here come the Hawks again.
One of the things that Coach Crutch had said they need to do is they need to get out and hit some shots right away. They've had a couple trips down now, and shots haven't dropped, but they're a team that once they get hitting, they can hit, but you got to also like how Cooper is just attacking the bucket.
And Tribble is fouled as she goes to the baseline. Gronholtz trying to cut her off, ended up bumping her, and Drea Tribble will head to the free throw line here for Cooper.
One of the things that you'll watch with both teams seem to like to push the tempo and get the tempo up, so it's going to be fun to see how they balance that out and how they react with each other. And of course, crucial will be key to who's dropping the baskets, who's putting them in.
Second one is good, so Tribble has all 3 points here. It's 3-0 Cooper in the opening minutes here as Tori Tollefson brings it to the front court. Hake trying to step between two players, and she draws a foul and will head to the free throw line. She wanted to finish that one, but it was tough with a lot of contact there. And Levy will pick up the foul.
She has a lot of confidence, it looks like, when she drives. She likes to do that, and then many times can be lucky and finish that off and get it a three-point play out of it.
Misses on the first free throw opportunity. Second one is good, so first point of the game goes up for Chanhassen. They trail it 3-1. Relaford quickly swinging it. Relaford looking to attack. Tribble runs into a double team and turns it over as Gronholtz up with the steal. She's going to stop and shoot up a three, but it's way off target. Rebounded, though, by Hicks, and she was fouled on the play by India Kirkwood. Baseline inbound here for Chanhassen as Hicks will bring it in. Hake looking to drive around Levy, had it knocked loose, going to be called a double dribble.
See, they're just both teams trying to kind of get into a good, solid rhythm.
And Mimi Wheeler checks in for Cooper. A little bit of a different feel for her. Obviously, she started basically all the time these last 3 seasons now, and coming off the bench to give a spot up for a senior to get her name announced as a starter tonight. So nice thing. It doesn't always work out that way where you can do that, depending on how many seniors you have and what positions they play and all that. Here's Wheeler with a quick rebound, but misses the putback.
Well, now with Mimi back in there, it's going to be interesting to see what Chanhassen does differently, because we know how dimensional Mimi is, and it'll be interesting. What are they going to do differently on defense to try and control her and contain her a bit?
Here's Wheeler from about 16, and she buries it. So Chanhassen's had some misses that have not been very close, including the last one by Hake. Tried to cross over. Levy got her hand on the ball. And then that pass sailed too high over the head of Tollefson. Storm have not looked too sharp offensively, and there's going to be a timeout requested by Art Crutch right there, as his team is struggling to get things going offensively. Not that Cooper's been super efficient either, but they've got a couple of buckets anyway and 1 free throw and lead at 5-1.
One, I think what's happening a little bit is I feel they're pressing a little bit. They're trying to get some. They've had some turnovers where they've kind of turned the ball over by maybe forcing a pass and not being in there. And I think what Coach Crutch is going to tell them, hey, we got to settle down and go back to do what we know how to do and control our tempo. And if you're Cooper, you're going, all right, let's keep putting some more pressure on. Let's keep attacking. Let's put them in an awkward position.
Coach Simmons did say for Cooper that the first Chanhassen game, he felt like his team shared the ball and swung the ball probably as well as they have in any game this season. And although he did say we don't necessarily expect or even want to score 83 points again, we'd like it a little slower pace. There's Wheeler in and out with that second opportunity, and Tollefson out of there with it. Relaford quickly picking her up.
Yeah, they're applying some good ball pressure onto Chanhassen right now, making their ball handlers have to work to get it up to even get a good look. You got a turnover.
Tribble ahead here, missed the layup. Relaford tracks it down underneath, and then that one is missed by Autumn Johnson. And rebound grab by Hake. So a couple of relatively easy looks there, it seemed like, but they don't drop for the Hawks. Tollefson had it knocked away.
You know, Cooper's really pressuring the ball handler and trying to get in that, make it harder for Chanhassen to make decisions, and it's paying off for Cooper.
Down toward the baseline, Levy with the steal, and here comes Wheeler. Wheeler tried to go behind the back, and that one just didn't quite work out.
Like I said, if people look at her and think she's only going to post up down there, the gal can handle the ball, she can shoot the threes, and she almost finished that behind the back.
Tollefson nearly doubled there, got it away. Hake had it poked loose as she tried to put the ball on the court. Dumped inside here, and then right back, and there's Wheeler with a block from behind as Brastad took the return pass and went up, and Wheeler just calmly swatted it. From the top of the key, that one is banked in for 3 for Maddie Hicks. I'm not too sure she called glass there,
I did.
But they are to within a point. Relaford handing it off to Levy. Relaford looked like she was going to shoot that one, instead dropped it down low.
Chanhassen's just staying in a man right now against these guys. I believe the last time Coach had said they'd gone at them in a 1-2-2 and they were going to try something different and just give a different defensive look this time.
Tollefson up with the steal. They go into Hake. Had Tribble on her back, and Hake scores it. Little size advantage there, and she took advantage. So the Storm into the lead now at 6-5. Somo Camara is in there now, number 3 for Cooper. Here's Wheeler with it at the high post. Drops that pass off. Here is Camara looking to turn the corner, and she scores. 8th grader with a nice drive, and Cooper back in front.
That's one thing Coach Simmons had said, though. He said if they're going to try and double down on Mimi, she'll give the ball up. And she, they didn't double down that time. She gave it up, and then Cooper was able to get the layup.
Yeah, I've really been impressed. Her game has grown in that way, too, for Wheeler, that she is actually a very good passer out of the post. And seems to have a good feel for when she should get rid of it. And there are times that even if a double's coming, if it's not there right away, she can still score the ball. And she seems to be pretty good at recognizing that, too. Here's Hake driving it and missed it in traffic. Wheeler the board and pitches it out nicely. Long outlet pass, and Camara gets the layup. Little Kevin Love outlet there from Wheeler. Put it on target ahead. Here's Hake looking to post up on Relaford, and Relaford will be called for the foul. Wheeler got the block, but Relaford called for the little trip. There's another look at this outlet, and Camara out and running.
Nice job. Nice outlet.
First foul on Relaford, 3rd team foul. Not a shooting foul, so Chanhassen will inbound from the baseline. Hicks gets it in, and the short jumper by Gronholtz is good. So Chanhassen breaks a little mini drought there, back to within 9-8 now. And Camara goes down. It's just going to be a turnover for Cooper. She got her feet tangled a little bit with Amani Sawyer there, and it is going to be out off Chanhassen though, so it will be Cooper ball. Kirkwood gets it in. Layup is good for Tribble. So it's 11-8 now in favor of the Hawks. Ball knocked free on the drive. Wheeler out of there with it. Almost turned it back over, but now Tribble. Tribble gets way underneath and throws it away as Sawyer up with the steal. Sawyer picked up her dribble, needs some help. One of her teammates that was injured. She wanted to pass that ball to Ella Brasted and then realized she's over holding her wrist, so they had to call timeout.
Yeah, she was in a lot of pain right there. The one thing Coach Simmons had talked to us about too was deflects, getting touches, and that's what Cooper's doing a lot of right now with their pressure. They're not only pressuring the ball handlers for Chan, but they're getting touches. They're getting touches as they're driving and things like that, and it's helping them.
Trainer coming over to have a look there. Looks like the hand or wrist at Brasted. At first I didn't see her, and I'm wondering where'd that other player go, and she was over near their bench, so kind of a timeout that had to be called there. So Chanhassen will inbound in front of their bench here, trailing at 11-8. Cooper looking to get a season sweep over the Storm here. And St. Louis Park is playing Chaska tonight, which Chaska leads the conference and is certainly the favorite to win that one. There's Hake getting the layup. So if Cooper were to win this one and St. Louis Park loses, then they would end up tied for second in the Metro West behind Chaska.
Well, that's one of the things that Coach was talking about. Let's finish strong tonight. Let's finish strong, so it puts us into, as you're moving into playoffs. And of course, that's what every coach wants. You want to finish your last game strong, so you can, as you move into sections.
Turnover there, Tollefson up with it, and he felt for seeding purposes that this one definitely has some importance. Coach Simmons said Minneapolis South a much better record than Cooper, but certainly their strength of schedule is nowhere near as good. So he was, still hoping for maybe a 3 seed. Little stop and go move there. Layup wouldn't quite drop for Tollefson. Putback try too strong. Sawyer keeps on battling for it. Now it's Hake. That one is no good and tipped free over to Tribble. Long outlet pass here. Saved back for Wheeler, but knocked away. And Hake up with the steal. Chanhassen trying to take the lead back here. They're down 11-10. Three-pointer from Gronholtz is good.
She likes to shoot those. She likes to shoot from out there, but she can also, as a player, they can also get inside. and you're seeing that more, you know. Years ago, the post players pretty much stayed inside. Right now, you watch Mimi. Mimi steps out, shoots a three. Chan's bigs are stepping out, shooting threes.
Tribble driving and scores again with the left hand. Her third basket. She has 7 points. Hake looking to attack, and it rolled off. Tribble pushing the pace the other way. And again with the left hand layup. I'm sure Coach Crutch and staff are thinking, just get in front of her, stop the dribbler, but it's easier said than done.
She's speedy, she's quick, and she's attacking, and they've got to get down their head and get set.
Tollefson to the corner. Gronholz hits another one. This time is a three. Yeah, looks like it was a three again.
I'm sure Chanhassen's is sitting there going, we got to figure out how we're going to stop Tollefson. She's just, you know, attacking.
Here's Wheeler, the drive, no good. Coach Simmons wanting a foul call there. They don't get it.
Oop.
And now we get a foul on the pass out of the double team.
That's one of your frustrations as a coach. You want them to get in there and trap it. They got to trap smartly. But then you also don't want to foul down there at that end of the floor. You know, you just gave a foul all the way down there.
Camara will pick up the foul there. She checks out, as does Wheeler here. So Chanhassen leading by 1, and they will have it now. Cooper going to back off and pick up half court. Hake, nice quick first step, then tried to drop it off, but threw it to Relaford.
It almost looked like she actually had a shot that time.
Relaford with the runner, won't go, and Hake coming back the other way for the Storm. Dribbles between a pair of players and then puts a shot up, won't go. Got it back, and then a tie-up. And alternating possession will go Chanhassen's way.
Jump ball, Chanhassen possession.
You got both teams pushing tempo right now.
Inbounding for Hake. It was nearly stolen as it hit Levy. She was kind of face guarding. Here comes Hake down the lane and scores it. So 18-15 Chanhassen. Hake with 7 now for the Storm. 7.5 to play here in the first half. Tribble, no good, but she was fouled.
She just loves to attack.
Tribble's free throw, no good.
Also coming into the game for Cooper is number 21, Mimi Wheeler.
And second free throw is good for Tribble.
Coming into the game for Cooper is number 3, Sola Camara.
So 2-point Chanhassen lead as Tollefson brings it to the front court here. And a little runner won't go. Rebound tipped around. Hawks up with it. Relaford. Relaford attacking. That one's no good and tipped loose over to Hicks. Hake had a jab free by Levy. Oh, and then a steal, and I think it's going to be on Wheeler. Coach Simmons thought that they had all ball there, and it looks like it's going to be Levy who gets called for the foul. Oh, there's a look, and the second look at, I think Levy did get quite a bit of body. I think Wheeler was clean there, but Oh, and Wheeler
big block.
swats that one. Tollefson had to just laugh at that, and she's like, uh-oh, she got me good there.
Well, she did a nice job protecting the ball and a good move, but Mimi comes out of there and says, no, not here.
It's another thing that she's pretty good at, too, in terms of not coming down and fouling on those blocks. Turnover force here. Relaford shoveling it over. Layup is good for Tribble. Cooper ties it up. A lot of layups with turnovers forced. Jab free, and here comes Wheeler. She'll go right side with it. Ooh, and a hard fall there on the foul as Camara will go to the line. Another look at that one as Camara gets the steal on her knees and gets the pass away, and then a great break.
You know, Chanhassen, they're getting pressured like crazy. They're going to have to start setting some picks for the ball handlers to get some opening movement for them. Right now, they're playing right into what Coopers want. They're applying the pressure on the ball handlers. They're getting touches, deflects, they're getting turnovers, and then some nice buckets, easy buckets off of it.
Macy Sweetser picked up that foul, the 6-foot sophomore. Taylor Laube, number 33, also in there now for Chanhassen. Camara's second free throw, no good, and rebounded by Sweetser. So a 1-point lead for Cooper. Down to the baseline, and out of bounds off Chanhassen as Tollefson pleading their case that it was tipped by Cooper, but the official did not see it that way. Camara handing it over to Relaford, and now Wheeler. She thought about it, taking it right away. Instead, the pass across, and jumper won't fall for Johnson. Ball knocked free again by Camara. Now it's Tribble going to the hoop. Layup is good. How many left-hand layups does she have? She's a righty, but most of them have come from the left side here tonight.
She's just on fire.
14 points already. 21-18 Cooper. Baseline drive here, and the layup is good for Tollefson. That time the help defense didn't get there. That was one of the few times that they didn't have weak side help. Tribble did a nice job protecting that ball too. She's not very tall, but just able to shield the defender away with her body and lay it in.
Just good control of her body, good control with as contact's happening, and just, you know, the little bump and being able to finish with that left hand. And just even watching her, I mean, hard to tell she's not left-handed the way she attacked that one.
So a 21-20 lead here. It's been interesting because the teams have kind of gotten their points in different ways for the most part. And they've both had times where they haven't either finished inside or struggled with turnovers, more so in Chanhassen's case. But at the same time, they're a good close battle back and forth.
It's turnover advantage. Well, that's going for Cooper because right now Chan has had a lot of turnovers that have made some buckets for Cooper. And you got to give Cooper credit for their defense on that. Their defense is creating those things to happen, which is leading for them. And Chanhassen just needs to settle down, start running a little more of their offense, getting a little more flow, maybe setting some picks for the ball handler, see if they can open up some other options.
Relaford giving it into Wheeler. Wheeler going to work in the post. No good, but she was fouled. Foul call goes against Laube here, number 33.
Ooh, they both looked
And Wheeler's free throw spins out. She's just had the one bucket so far. A little bit of a slow start. Obviously has had some very nice shot blocks and been active on the rebounding side of things, but hasn't really gotten her offense going all that much yet. That free throw is good.
Had a couple opportunities where she's fed a teammate that's finished in a score for Cooper.
Hake's going to stop and pop. No good there. And Autumn Johnson out of there with the rebound. Relaford back for Tribble. Gives it to Wheeler at the high post, and she's going to stop and fire. That one is short on the rim. Johnson, though, able to save it to Camara. Relaford will shoot it up. Oops, that one is off. And Johnson couldn't save it, so it'll be Storm basketball.
I really like how everybody's hustling for those loose balls and how they're even hustling trying to save them from out of bounds. I like that hustle. I like watching kids play that hard.
Hake turns and faces and scores. That's a 2. Her 4th bucket. She has 9 points now, and we are evened up again at 22. Here's Wheeler posting, goes to the hoop, no good. They've kind of let things play, for the most part tonight. I mean, obviously there've been a fair amount of fouls called, and there's Camara called for one there, but I mean, it's a little touch, a little bump isn't always going to be called a foul, and Wheeler, I think, wanted that one, but didn't get it.
Yeah, it's been a little more, like you said, a little more physical, and they're letting them play at it, and both teams just now have to adjust to that.
Hake drives and dishes. There's another block, but this time it'll be a foul call on Wheeler as Lauby tried to go up with that one.
Yeah, I think that time it got a little bit maybe of the arm as she was going up that time.
So Lauby to the free throw line. No bench points yet for Chanhassen. Taylor will try and change that here. No good on the free throw. Second one, in and out. So Storm only 1 for 4 from the free throw line here tonight. We are still tied up 22 apiece. Tribble looking toward Wheeler. Now Relaford. Relaford drives and dishes. Johnson back out. Tribble will shoot a 3. That's too hard. But all Cooper there on the boards. Tribble gets a screen, goes to the hoop. Oh, it's in and out. Wheeler, though, rebounds. No good, but she'll go to the free throw line. Boy, I thought that one for sure was going in for Tribble there.
I did too. She goes from her right side there, and maybe she just likes the left side a little better. She's been very successful from that left side.
Hicks picks up the foul. Mimi Wheeler to the free throw line here for Cooper, trying to give her team the lead back. Misses, though, so neither team putting on much of a clinic at the free throw line here so far tonight. And second one rolls and drops, so Cooper back in front now, 23-22. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Quick trap comes, but that leaves Hake open in the corner, and she buries a 3.
You don't want to leave her that wide open once she gets going. She's a pretty consistent shooter from out there.
Well, and that's where if you're Chanhassen, you want to be patient and make Cooper pay when they come at you with the double team like that, and they did exactly that there. Relaford no good. Nice rebound in traffic there by Sweetser.
Well, and just like you said, if you're Chanhassen, if you've learned from that, your ball movement has created a very good pass or shot option for you. And
Hake called for the travel here. Nice pass there by Hicks as she didn't panic when the double came, and they found Hake alone in the corner.
You just got to not get too rattled when that double team happens, because there's going to be a teammate open.
And there's a steal by Laube, and then was fouled by Tribble, I believe. So there'll be free throws upcoming, 1-1 for Chanhassen. Officials, I think, conferring on who the foul was on. I certainly think it was supposed to be Tribble. Maybe they're changing it. Yeah, and Coach Crutch is saying right now it needs to be on number 1.
Yeah, she was the one that was there.
Don't think that's what they've called, though.
I think they gave it to 24, maybe.
Yeah, which would be the 3rd on Levy.
They did. They gave it to Levy.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. Here's the free throw. No good. I will say this, though, and I know the first game we did, I thought so many of the Cooper players here is covering their number that that makes for that mistake more likely to happen. There you go inside to Wheeler, and she powers it up and will head to the free throw line.
Well, now the officials conferring too on. Yeah, I think they're going to think they maybe called the foul. Yeah, it's like they're indicating.
I'm not sure if they're at this end also not sure who this foul is going to be on.
Previous foul should have been on number 1, Dre Tribble.
Yes,
yeah.
They did correct it to Tribble and not Levy on the previous one. But who's the foul on this end? Looks like Laube.
Okay.
So that would be her second.
Second personal foul. 16 foul. Shooting free throws for Cooper, number 21.
So Wheeler will shoot.
That was tough to figure out because it could have gone against Sweetser or Laube by the looks of it, the way it was looking on that last foul.
Wheeler's free throw is good, and generally it's not very often that you see him go back and change the previous one like that. And second free throw, no good. So Chanhassen still leading it by 1. 1:45 to play here in the first half. Behind the back dribble and a kick out there. Sweetser from the corner won't go. Levy the rebound. Stops, hands it over, and banked in by Autumn Johnson. Senior to senior here on senior night at Cooper. Dribble picked up in a tough spot there. They almost turned it over. And then a high dribble. Hake giving it to Sweetser. And back out. Long 2 attempt there. Won't go. Wheeler grabs the rebound.
A lot of bodies flying down in there underneath.
Relaford back out to Wheeler here. Under a minute to play in the first half. Cooper leading it by 1. And Relaford's pass was blocked, but she gets it right back. Across to Johnson. That won't go. And rebounded there by Sweetser. 35 seconds remaining in the half. Chanhassen trying to take the lead back. Sweetser giving it back for Hake. And Tribble pressuring her, but now Hake gets around her and drops the pass off in traffic. Shot won't go. Follow-up opportunity, spins out of there for Brasted. And then a foul called. Cooper with 6 seconds to go will get 1 and 1.
There's a lot of action underneath there, a lot of rebounding, and I know it was Laube thought she had done a good job on that one.
So Wheeler gets free throws out of the deal here. As you see, she's been a little hit and miss at the line, as of pretty much everybody who's gone there for both teams. And that one is good. One more shot coming here for Mimi Wheeler. And second one's right on the money here. So 28-25. Chanhassen, one last opportunity here. And that one will wind up short as Relaford got up and pressured the shot there. And so a good close first half. Cooper is going to take a lead into halftime, but it's not a big lead as they have a 28-25 advantage here over Chanhassen at this point.
Well, it has, and I think both coaches are pleased right now with where they are with the score, and they've wanted a close score, and I think they're right where they want to be. Now they get to go in at halftime, and how are we going to clean it up?
Let's go over now to Allie with Coach Simmons.
Coach, you wanted to see your team step up with their defense. All that high-pressure defense has forced a lot of turnovers, but you guys have, had this game close because of putting up second-chance points has been difficult.
Yeah, it's really tough because we're not converting the easy shots. We're right under the basket and we're missing layups, and they're converting. If they're not converting, like you said, they're getting 3 and 4 opportunities. So we got to do a better job boxing out. We're playing the tempo that we want to play and forcing them into turnovers. That's what we want. But we got to convert. We got to knock down some shots second half.
It is close here at half. What do you want to do to create more score separation in the second to come out victorious?
We're just going to continue what we're doing is putting the pressure on them. We're going to turn up more defensive full court pressure to force more turnovers, but we have to make layups. Right now I think we're at 9 missed layups under the basket. So we make half those layups again. We're up by 10 points. So hopefully we can just come in there, slow down on the offensive end and make the layup. It's intense. The pressure was going crazy because it's senior night, so everybody was really ramped up. But now that we're in the second half, hopefully everybody will settle down, take a couple deep breaths, and you'll see a better second half from us.
You go lead that yoga session in the locker room.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Coach.
very much.
Thanks, Coach Simmons, as we will hear from Coach Crutch coming back into the second half. 28-25, Cooper, our score. We'll be back with first half highlights and then more basketball here from Cooper High School on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School. The Hawks leading Chanhassen 28-25 here at halftime on CCX Sports. And let's take a look at some first half highlights from tonight's contest. Wheeler coming off the bench tonight because of the seniors getting the start. That knocks down, that was actually her only field goal. And at the other end, banked home by Maddie Hicks for her only basket there. Inside they go to Hake. Hake had some troubles early a little bit, but ultimately scoring a lot for them. And there's Camara running the floor as she got out in front for a layup there. Here's Hake finishing on the cut and left-hand shot. Gronholtz made a couple of threes in that first half. Tribble, probably the biggest story for Cooper with all these drives to the hoop. Left-hand layup, that one crawling almost off the rim but stayed in, and then they tossed to the corner. Gronholtz knocking down another three in that spot for the Storm. And here's Hake with a drive and finish. She had 5 first half hoops. Cooper defense relentless. Camara up with it to Relaford, over to Tribble. And they'll get another steal here. Tribble again, finishing strong with that left-hand layup. Nice job of passing out of the double team there, and that left Hake open. There were only 3 of the first half for the Storm. Levy dropping the pass off and banked home, so Johnson getting in on the scoring fun there for Cooper. You see Hake with a dozen. 8 points for Gronholtz, leading the way for Chanhassen. Tribble with 14, Wheeler with 7, and Camara with 5 for Cooper. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here with more from Cooper High School. The Hawks leading the Storm from Chanhassen by 3.
$145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School. Let's go over now to Allie with Coach Crutch.
Coach, last time you guys played a month ago at half, you guys were down by 8. Today, 3. What was the difference and what did you like in this game so far?
I think we're playing with a little bit more energy than we was today. I'm still not happy with our defensive play on the defensive end, but I can't complain too much. We're down by 3 and we're giving up easy layups on the defensive end. So as soon as we clean that up, should be a really good game.
What's the game plan for the second half so that you guys can end out the regular season with a road win?
Just move our feet on D, cut off the drive, penetration, continue to do what we're doing with Mimi and, helping out and boxing out on the defensive boards. We'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allie, and thanks, Coach Crutch. So his team, I think, like he said, in some ways it feels like they're fortunate to be at 3 when you see how many layups they give up. But then on the other hand, they've done a pretty solid job aside from those drives. And I think both teams, it's the kind of half where you're not super satisfied either way, but at the same time you like the compete level and you like that it's a good close game.
I agree. As a coach right now, you're happy that it's close, but you're both going in saying there's a lot of cleanup we can do on for both teams, offensively and defensively, and these adjustments we need to make.
See, the shooting in the first half from the floor just about equal, and the Storm, though, have made the only 3-pointers, 4 of them, and free throws, Cooper's gotten a lot more. They haven't shot real well, and Chanhassen's been even less well from the free throw line. So that's something both teams would like to pick up and do a little better. Certainly, I think, as free throws in that first half, or from the first half into the second.
Yeah, it is interesting just how equal they are on 2-pointers, and how it'll be interesting to see what adjustment Cooper's done. How are they going to try to get Mimi a better shot, get her maybe a little more open, get her more involved offensively that way, or is she going to still feed her other teammates, which is making them successful also?
And she's had a couple of other good looks that just didn't go too. So I think they're, sometimes as a coach you don't really ever want to say that, but the truth is sometimes it's just a matter of you need to make the shots that are there. that it isn't necessarily that they haven't executed, it's just that they're not knocking some of them down.
Right. And you got to give Chanhassen credit. They came out with a different defense this time. I think it's working better to their advantage, how they're defending her and what they're doing to try and pick her up.
Tribble firing up a 3, and it won't drop. Rebounded there by Brasted, and here comes Chanhassen to the front court with Tollefson. Hicks looking over to Hake. Gets an open look at that 3, but it won't drop. Camara, the rebound here for Cooper. Gave it over to Wheeler. I don't know if she really intended to. He almost ran into her, and instead it ends up as an assist as Wheeler gets the nice bounce on the jumper. Chan looking to answer in a hurry, and Maddie Hicks buries it.
Both teams are coming out, having a little success right away. And Mimi likes that shot up there at the free throw line. She's not going to hesitate. If you're going to stay off her, she's going to take that shot.
Relaford shooting it up, won't go. Rebounded by Gronholtz. And that's the type of shot, I'm not saying it was the worst shot ever or anything, but when there's really no passes and one player kind of takes the dribble and then shoots it up, it kind of hurts your continuity. I know Coach Simmons talked about how he liked the way his team, shared the ball in the first game.
Yeah, I think he was very pleased with the whole total team effort.
Gronholtz knocks down a 3. Great backspin on that and able to get it to go. And we're tied up at 30. Near steal there, but Wheeler gets it back. On the run, wouldn't drop. Rebounds it herself and left it short. So Chanhassen a chance to take the lead back. Gronholtz whipping it inside. And going up and scoring it is Tollefson. Good patience. She was doubled initially, but she just didn't panic, looked around, got a nice pivot, and went up and scored.
And took advantage of the mismatch in size also.
Relaford handing it off, and then they come to Tribble for a 3. Won't go. Relaford grabbed, or almost had the rebound. And then instead it's Tollefson out of there with it for the Storm. Inside to Gronholtz. Back over to Hake. And that one's in and out. Good rebound, though, in traffic by Brasted. Here's Hake shooting it up again. This one's short. Comes right back to her, though, and then blocked by Wheeler. Camara all the way, score it, and a foul.
Like to see Maddie, I don't think Maddie Hicks was in there on that, and on it coming back, I don't think she got set.
Another look as Camara.
Yes, she tried to move in with her as she was going.
And Camara's three-point play gives Cooper the lead back as she finishes it for a three-point play, 33-32. Camara's had a nice game off the bench with 8. Hake being hounded by Relaford. 5-second violation.
5-second violation. Cooper ball.
Cooper's it's still going back to what they were doing in the first half, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handler if they get the ball, and caused another turnover for them. They've been able to create turnovers off of their ball pressure on the ball handlers.
Camara, this time going to be an offensive foul as Hake took the charge, and Camara will pick up her 3rd.
And there's where definitely got set on that.
Yeah, just outside that restricted area, too. It was close. So Camara picking up her 3rd foul here fairly early in the second half. Perhaps they'll have to take her out. There's a steal by Tribble, but then it's off Tribble's leg as she tried to come up the sideline. It was tipped loose and hit her knee or her thigh on the way out. So it will go back to Chanhassen. And indeed, we will see Camara come out with that 3rd foul.
I think with Chan, the 2 seniors had a little miscommunication, thought that it was going to go out, and the one was going back door.
Gronholz knocking down another three, her fourth of the game. And she has 14 points, and Chanhassen back into the lead, 35-33. Levy will stop and fire. Short on the rim with that one. And out of bounds off Johnson.
Well, and Gronholz, you know, if you remember at the beginning of the game, she came out and had a tough couple shots that weren't even close, and now she's feeling it.
And that'll be a travel as Hicks kind of lost the handle on that one and tried to get it back. And actually, for their sake, it might have been better off that it was whistled instead of, you know, a live ball throwaway to Cooper. Let them get going up court.
Because they have taken a lot of advantage of those kind of things this whole game.
Tribble to the baseline, dropped it off. Johnson trying to go to Wheeler, but a lot of traffic there. Then Wheeler blocks that pass. And Wheeler telling Johnson, go ahead and shoot that ball. I can go up and get the rebound if you don't make it, but there was just a lot of traffic to get it there. Although at the same time, you kind of never really fault somebody for wanting to give their teammate an even better shot too. Wheeler jumping out, yeah, I thought she was going to. And another one knocked down. That'll be a 3 for Breasted for the Storm. Her first bucket, and now their biggest lead at 5 points, 38-33. Tribble had it taken away there by Tollefson. Almost lost it, but short for Hake, and Wheeler up for the board.
I think there's one where there, if you're Coach Crutch, you want that one back. I mean, they just got going too fast again, and they got a good turnover, got the ball down. Work it, get your better shot.
Tribble on the drive. That time hit the rim with it. She tried to get the angle to scoop that one up and in. Hicks driving and scoring. Boy, they are playing with a lot of confidence right now. Timeout, Coach Simmons. Oh, and his glasses went for a spill there out on the court. 40-33.
That was a nice job. She just kind of went around and put that right up over the front of the rim.
Now, tell me honestly, Patty, how many times did you whip your glasses on the court after he
Gotta say never. Gotta say never. I mean, there might have been a few times I maybe was a little upset or loud, but yeah, kept the glasses on the face.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet tonight, but Patty's knows that assistant coach quite well. Holly Sorensen, the assistant for Coach Crutch, and first year with the Chanhassen program, coached at Park Center and played at Park Center obviously as well. And I know you've had a chance to interact with her and watch this team a little bit throughout the season. And how is she enjoying things with the Storm?
Oh, she's loving it. She's having a great time down there. And as a parent and a former coach, it's so much fun to just come back and watch your kids coach. You know, it was fun to watch them play and just hear their excitement. And she's really enjoying it down there.
Kirkwood back in there, gives it now to Tribble. Tried to go to Kirkwood, passes behind her. Let's see, was it tipped though? The officials are going to confer. And it will be Cooper ball, saying that Chanhassen got a piece of that one. So Cooper will get a little bit of a break. I don't think one of the reasons I maybe would tend to agree with Coach Crutch is it didn't appear that anyone from Cooper said, hey, wasn't that tipped?
Yeah, I agree.
Back out it comes. Tribble on the move, lost it. Hake trying to finish there. Nice job. A lot of pressure around her, but she's able to get the layup. And wow, Chanhassen has opened up a 9-point lead. A lot of time to go, but I wouldn't have guessed really that either team was going to open up this margin at this point. Relaford back out. Long one from Levy. Won't go. And a nice rebound grab there by Gronholz. Rasted. Hake is going to stop and fire. And in and out. Relaford looking to push it back the other way. Tribble, an open three. That one won't go. Nice rebound by Johnson, but couldn't finish it, and Gronholtz rebounds.
Chanhassen's doing a really good job of getting in there on the boards right now.
And a foul drawn as Tollefson went up with that shot. And look at this last one as Hake up with it, pushing that dribble ahead and just accelerating at the end.
Did a good job of maintaining control of the ball and hanging on to it because she was getting pestered.
Tollefson's free throw is good. Camara will come back in with those 3 fouls now for Cooper. Wheeler is also back in. So the lead is 10, biggest for either team. Chanhassen coming out with a strong second half. Short with that free throw, but they'll get it back again. Ooh. And then a steal by Relaford.
You know, sometimes you see that with kids. They get so excited and then they try to react so quickly, and then she turns the ball back over.
Wheeler buries a 3 for the Hawks. The first made 3 of the night for Cooper. Tollefson almost turned it over. And there's a 3 the other way for Maddie Hicks. Back to a 10-point game as Hicks buries it just when Wheeler thought they were, got a little momentum from her make. Here's Wheeler looking to attack. It'll pull up. It's good. Putting Cooper on her back right now. 7 points already in this half. 14 total for Wheeler. Cooper down 8.
She definitely is. She's hitting it from outside, and then she's bringing it, driving in and backing her person up and finishing in the side.
Gronholtz missed a 3. Here's Relaford. Oh. Wheeler is feeling it. That time in and out. Good rebound in traffic by Tribble. No good, and tipped out of bounds. It'll be off of Tribble. Another look of Wheeler confidently popping that one for Cooper, and it was answered at the other end by Hicks. Sawyer back in there, handling it now for Chanhassen. Here's Gronholtz. Whipping it down low, Brastad. And the layup by Tollefson. Nice offense there. They've seemed to have found a way a lot better to get the shots they want in this half.
Well, and they moved the ball more that time. We had several passes on that. They got some movement, they got some motion going, and then they got a nice pass inside.
Wheeler attacking against Gronholtz. Couldn't get it to go. Gets it back, though, and scores it. Wheeler right now, you get the feeling that she's just saying, you know what, I'm going to have to take over inside here. I'm going to attack. I'm going to try and body them a little bit if need be, and able to get it.
Ooh.
Sawyer was fouled there. Almost looked like they had a tie-up.
It was close. I thought they almost had her, too, on that. I agree with you on Wheeler. Right now, nobody's being able to... She's getting the ball inside. Nobody's being able to stop her. She's being able to get down right where she wants and puts the shot up. And Chanhassen's going to have to make a little different adjustment because the last 2 times she's been going one-on-one on somebody, and she'll win that battle, I believe.
Gronholtz is going to shoot it up and knock down another 3. Wow. 5th 3 of the game, 3 in this half. The lead is 11 again for the Storm now. Relaford whipping it across. Levy. I thought, is she really going to shoot it from there? I guess not. Relaford will stop and fire, and that's good. It's a 2 for Relaford. It's her first basket of the night. It's a 9-point game. Knocked away from Gronholtz. Levy. Camara for the reverse, but missed. Sawyer. And fouled by Wheeler. Boy, and that was contested, too.
Yeah, she was coming out at her on that.
Foul was on the drive there on Wheeler, so Chanhassen gets it back. Hake will launch one. That's no good. And an offensive rebound, though, by Brasted. And a miss inside by Sawyer. Putback try won't go. Gronhold's got it again. Had it blocked. Here's Relaford pushing it. Floater is good for Jayla Relaford. Back-to-back hoops for her. Cooper's within 7.
That's when you're, as a coach down there with that last time with Chanhassen in the possession, they had 3 little bunnies, and yeah, they were contested, but you got to make those small ones. Nice floater.
Relaford getting her game heated up a little bit with a couple of buckets in a row. We remind you to watch for our CCX Sports Play of the Week. Go to ccxmedia.org, and each Monday we name the winner of our Play of the Week. It is sponsored by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove, and a lot of great plays up for nomination this week. We saw them at halftime, and I invite you to vote this week and every week for our CCX Sports Play of the Week. So Cooper coming back, it's kind of interesting too, as we got a good game coming up here on Monday. Maple Grove Champlin Park, boys hoops action. Maple Grove really having a strong season. Got a big win against Park Center the other night. And, these... interesting because Chanhassen was hot, and you don't want to take that away, but at the same time, you start to say how much is too much of, are we letting Cooper back in if we keep shooting so quickly here too?
Oh, I agree. You've got a lead. When you have a lead like that, you want to move your ball and get a good shot. Not that their shots weren't good, but you need to take some time off the clock too when you got that lead. And for Cooper right now, they're getting what they need. They need more people. I mean, Mimi's going to get some buckets and stuff, but she needs some support also, and she's starting to get some of that.
See what Chanhassen has cooked up out of the timeout here. Little zone look for Cooper. Hake driving it, dishes to Sawyer. Looked like she might have had a shot, but got it out of there instead. And we have a timeout granted to Chanhassen as Tollefson was in some trouble there.
Timeout, Chanhassen. 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Amani maybe had a shot when they got the ball to her, and he just kicked it out, and then the pressure and they had to call timeout, or it was going to be a turnover. I think they have to go to a full, because I think on that injury they'd taken a 30-second maybe. Maybe not. Not sure what they were telling him. That must have been what they did. I think that Chanhassen had asked for a 30 on that, but I think they had taken their second 30 when there was that injury. So they gave both teams they extended that one.
Sawyer will inbound, and here's Tollefson. Hake almost lost it between the defenders there, but still got that little runner to go.
It's kind of surprising when you think you're just wondering sometimes how she finishes it. I mean, there's a few times I've watched her shoot here tonight, and it's like, wow, and she's still able to finish with all the pressure on her.
Camara giving it to Levy. Wheeler, a little crossover, goes to the hoop, missed it, got it back herself and scores. Tough to keep off the glass.
It's been fun to watch her up at the top of the key there, because she's directing the traffic and she's getting the team to move. She's being the point guard right now as far as directing how the floor play is going.
Hake comes outside to get it. And we're going to get a foul called there as Hicks got her leg tangled with Camara. And it will be foul on Camara, her fourth. We've got a, knock on wood, but a fairly low foul half here. Only one committed by Chanhassen and just 5 for Cooper. Knocked away by Relaford, but it winds up with Sawyer. Relaford really getting up and pressuring. And Relaford has the steal, and then it'll be a tie-up.
As a coach, you're watching that. Watch, they keep going around here.
And they get the inbound out to Gronholtz here. Hake is fouled by Kirkwood, and she will go to the free throw line.
What I was going to say about that last possession in the corner where they got the tie-up, it's like they exchanged and they kept getting it, but they kept going back to the same corner. And as a coach, you get kind of you're going in the corner, you're getting tied up. Reverse the ball, move it, get out of that corner, stay away from that.
Thought the other thing they did too was bring the ball down a little far around the waist area where it's much easier to reach in and slap it.
Exactly.
Hake makes a pair of free throws here. 9-point lead again for Chan. And Tribble is fouled as she goes to the baseline. Tried to make the pass off there. Oh, looks like they are going to call it a shooting foul.
But she was passing. I agree with you. I thought she was passing the ball also.
Tollefson will pick it up, and Tribble heads to the free throw line here for Cooper. Hits that one. That's her first point of the second half. She was their biggest offensive spark in the first half with 14, but has not made a bucket here in this half as of yet. But does make a couple of important free throws right there, and it's back to a 7-point game. Tollefson getting it to Hake, and she will shoot it up. It's no good. And Kirkwood out of there with it. Here comes Tribble. A lot of time to go here. Cooper definitely very much still in it. Here's Wheeler for the layup. Cooper to within 5. Tollefson goes behind the back and was fouled on the reach-in by Levy. So Tori Tollefson will head to the free throw line here for Chanhassen.
You know, if you're a Chanhassen now that you're in the bonus, there's a lot of time left. You need to be attacking that bucket a little bit. Look to attack, kick it out, and then finish at the free throw line. And
Tollefson makes a pair. So it's a 7-point game again as Relaford will stop and fire a 3. No good. Kirkwood kept it alive, but recovered by Chanhassen. Now Tollefson.
Ooh, they collided with each other.
Tribble and Relaford banged into each other, and Hake will get the jumper to go. And both Relaford and Tribble slow to get up. So a 9-point lead for Chanhassen. Tribble down the lane was bumped. It'll be a foul call on the Storm. Hake will pick up the foul, and going to be a baseline inbound here, not a shooting foul. Gronholtz coming back in for Chanhassen as Kirkwood will inbound for the Hawks. Trying to give it to Tribble, and she bounced it on the end line. And I kind of put that one more on the passer. That wasn't a very good spot to give her the ball in.
Yeah, I agree with you. There wasn't enough room for her to maneuver in there.
So now Cooper will come with full court pressure and full intensity pressure, I'm guessing here. They're sensing they need to make something happen fairly quick here. They'll throw over to Lobby. Here again is the spot where you're Chanhassen. You want to work some clock, but at the same time, you kind of have to stay aggressive. I think a lot of times teams, as down goes Hake, and they rule inadvertent, and here's Relaford for the layup.
No, I agree with you. You wanna work the clock, but you also have to get a good quality shot up. You don't want to come away empty-handed.
Gronholtz bumped by Wheeler. That'll be her third, and it'll be free throws upcoming.
That's the third personal foul. 18 foul.
Gronholtz has been as big a key as any to this lead for Chanhassen. Great second half, especially.
Yeah, she's really come on in the second half, and you can tell she's feeling very comfortable out there, and she's been playing a good job of defense also.
Short with the second one, so it stays at an 8-point lead now for the Storm. Relaford to Tribble. Pass was blocked, and nice recovery though by Johnson, and she traveled. Coach Simmons trying to maintain that her pivot foot didn't come off the ground. She, it went up in the air, but he thought she had kept that pivot foot down, but official did not agree. So under 4 minutes to play now as Hake brings it up. Wheeler went for the steal, almost got it. Gronholtz will shoot the long two. In and out there. Battle for the rebound, and it'll be a tie-up as Laube and Johnson each had their hands on the ball. It'll be Cooper ball.
It'll be interesting to see if Cooper scores on this one, if they press again or not. They didn't press the last time down. Then they had an opportunity to.
Here's Wheeler going to the attack. Too strong, and a rebound grabbed there by Tollefson. And a tie-up. It'll stay with Chanhassen this time.
And Coach Crutch was a little frustrated there. He's trying to get him to slow down and calm down. Again, work the ball around, work some time off, get a good shot, and they were going a little bit out of control there.
I know it's a hard thing though, because what got them the lead was being free and easy and confident shooting the ball too.
And I always think it's hard for kids when you're a team that likes to do a lot of tempo and push and go, and then all of a sudden you want to calm down and slow down.
And it'll be a travel call there against Brastad, so Cooper will get it back.
Coming into the game for Cooper's number 3,
Camara coming back into the lineup here for Cooper. And Sawyer will check back in here for Chanhassen. Relaford, they try and set a double screen for Wheeler, but defended pretty well. Relaford almost lost it there. Here comes Tribble. Good help defense though, and we'll get a timeout taken by Cooper. And probably one of the better defensive sequences for Chanhassen right there. They were really doing a nice job of help D and communicating and rotating over.
I agree. It was fun to watch that, and that's what they need to continue to do, and they made it tough. They were trying to run that screen, get Wheeler open, and they did a good job covering her. Tribble wanted to attack, and they were able to stop down there.
You kind of get the feeling that, and it's not unusual in a road game, that it took them a half to kind of really get feeling comfortable out here for Chanhassen. They just have seemed like a much more confident team in the second half.
Well, and I think part of that too is it was a close game at halftime. You know, that it was kind of the game, both teams trying to get into a good flow, and they went in at half. I think that helps you when you come back out. Then they came back out and started hitting some shots, and people gaining confidence, and that's changing a little bit of the tempo of the game and how we're seeing it right now.
And for Cooper right now, they have to, you know, you need to have urgency on one hand, but at the same time realize that, you know, you can't make it all up in one possession. You just need to string together some stops and some good possessions in a row here. And it's tempting to feel like you need to make a 7-pointer right now, whereas really what you got to do is just concentrate on getting a good possession. And ultimately, obviously, you're hoping that ends in a basket, but just run your stuff well.
Right, and you want to keep applying your pressure, but they got to be really careful.
There's Wheeler knocking it down, plus a foul. A fairly quiet first half for Mimi has changed a lot here in the second. And Hake picks up that foul. So they have a chance to cut it to 5 if she can make this free throw. No good, though. .245 to go. Chanhassen by 6. Hake got away with a travel, I think, right off the bat there, but missed the runner.
And that if you're Coach Crutch right now, that went too fast for you. You wanted, she did attack, and she usually makes those, but you want to take some more time off.
Trying to get Wheeler set up there. Now Wheeler will come out top to get it. Looking to attack on Gronholtz with the runner, and it is good. Look out, Mimi Wheeler taking over. 4-point game. Now Hake, the double comes at her, in some trouble.
She did a good job.
Cooper.
She did a good job of keeping her composure and bouncing it off of her leg, because she was in trouble there.
Cooper clawing back to within 4, and they are coming ultra aggressive defensively now. Even Wheeler getting way out there defending hard on the perimeter.
Well, and Cooper has changed up a little bit on who's guarding who. They had Wheeler guarding Grunholz, and now they've switched it up, and they don't have her coming out on her anymore.
They threw a quick double on there, but are called for the reach-in foul. It's going to be Tribble with the hold, and it will send Hake to the free throw line. So 1:40 to go. I mean, free throws down the stretch are going to be big. Both teams doing a little better in the second half from the line. Chanhassen getting a lot more opportunities and making more of them as well. But missing right there is Hake. Cooper within 4, and they have the ball, about 1.5 minutes to go. They certainly have the momentum. Relaford launching one, no. And rebound grabbed by Tollefson. Don't think that was the shot that Coach Simmons wanted there. But if it goes in, then you're okay. Tollefson picks up her dribble, got it over to Sawyer. Oh, and the loss. Gronholtz couldn't handle the pass. Looked like they were maybe going to get a layup out of it. Instead, it results in a turnover. Timeout Cooper before the ball was inbounded there.
Well, I think Coach is going to set up the shot he wants and the play he wants right now. And it'll be interesting to see if he tries to bring his full court pressure back maybe right now.
Boy, you'd sure think they want the ball in Wheeler's hands the way she's dominated down the stretch.
I mean, they've been more successful when they've been able to double on her, but even a double, and she's been able to shoot and score above them, so.
Well, that's what makes her tough, too, is sometimes, she's able to get her to her own offensive rebound so often that even if she misses, a lot of the time she cleans it up and puts it back in herself.
Exactly. She has had a nice second half. She is a fun ball player to watch.
See, Cooper has not been hot from three-point land tonight, certainly, but Down the stretch. Trying to close. They do go right to Wheeler. Gets between defenders and scores. Wheeler continues to excel. 2-point game. Hake being pressured. Have to watch for that 10 count. Hake was tied up. Now the officials are going to confer. Did one of them have a foul call?
One was calling foul and one was calling the other thing.
Oh, we're going to have a foul call against Relaford. So Hake will go to the line. Cooper thought they had the tie-up. Instead, get the foul call.
Oh, yeah. They grabbed her arm.
She grabbed her wrist, yep. Hake stepped up and missed last time. Makes this one. So a 3-point lead, and obviously this next one is big if she can make it a 2-possession lead. No good though, so it stays at 3. Relaford giving it over to Tribble. She'll shoot it up. Too hard, no good. Batted around. Sawyer, and then stolen by Camara. Tip loose. Hake trying to take it away, and let's see, what do we have here? Jump ball. Boy, it looked like Chanhassen was going to get a layup. Great recovery by Camara. After that rebound was battled for, the Storm got it, and it looked like they were going to have an uncontested layup, and all of a sudden Camara flashed out of nowhere to steal it. Relaford wanting to go to Wheeler. They double on her, so Relaford shoots it. No good. Hake runs it down. Almost lost the dribble there. Relaford, the reach around from behind, knocked it out. 20 seconds to go. Chanhassen by 3, and they have the ball. As Hicks will come back in. Here's where if you're Chanhassen, you really want to be careful to, in a way you'd like to use that backcourt to have somebody free, but you want to make sure you don't turn it over. Right. Get wide open Hake here.
They're pushing on her.
Tribble coming at her, and Hake is fouled. She will head to the free throw line. 13 seconds to go. Tribble will pick up the foul. And that's what you got to do there. If you're Cooper, you got to come and try for the steal there, and hopefully you get it. But if not, you send them to the line so that they don't, use up the rest of that time.
Definitely.
Hake's free throw is good. Probably not what Chanhassen wanted to do. They had a couple players running over toward the bench. That can be distracting to a free throw shooter. But it didn't seem to bother Hake, and she makes a pair. So 63-58 Chan. Here's Levy. Offensive foul. So 7 seconds remaining. Could have gone either way there, I think. Inbounded to Hake. Under 5 seconds to go now. And Chanhassen's going to hang on and pick up a road victory here over Cooper.
It was an exciting game. I mean, the pressure, Cooper put nice pressure on, caused a lot of forced a lot of turnovers on Chanhassen. They came back in the second half. They started hitting some shots, had some confidence. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it's a type of a playoff feel type of game. I think that kind of helps both teams be ready for the postseason here too, because it got loud in here, and there was a lot of atmosphere and a lot of pressure and tension on both teams heading down the stretch. So certainly that, from that standpoint, you kind of got what you wanted in terms of being ready for pressure in the playoffs.
Exactly. Sometimes you end the season, and if you end the season on a game where it's just too easy of a win, you want it competitive. You know, and this gave them both a good game to help them prepare. Saw some good things by both teams. They both did some nice things. So hopefully has them adjusted and they go in and prepare themselves for sections next week.
So Chanhassen picks up their 12th victory of the season, and they end up 7-5 in Metro West games. For Cooper, they'll drop to 18-8, and they end up 8-4 in the Metro West. They will be at third place. So 26 for Wheeler, 16 for Tribble. For Cooper, 23 points for Hake, and 15 for Gronholz, leading the way for Chanhassen. We hope you've enjoyed this one here this evening. For Patty Sorensen, Allie Mosley, and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Cooper High School.